Eat my ass.
Hey, Miss Christina, you not here? All right.
Good morning, Heaven.
Hey, Miss Christina.
How you doing?
Good.
How was your weekend?
It was fun.
What'd you do?
Nothing for real. I just spent time with people.
Okay. Are you guys like still wearing masks or like social distancing? Hmm? You went away.
You heard me? Remember, you was like that girl was underwater. That's probably how my laptop is.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you went. I didn't hear you at all. So
Yeah, it's an unstable connection.
yeah. Did you? I just asked if you like when you're with friends, do you guys like wear masks and things like that?
If it's only three of us and we in the house, no. I'm not. We go like when we go to the stores or something. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but not in the. I'm not. I can't wear no mask in the house. I don't really like masks. I hate it.
Why
It's,
is it? Is it hard to breathe?
yeah, I can't be as well uncomfortable.
Mm. Well, I'm glad you had like a small group hangout. That could be nice sometimes.
Yeah, I don't even really hang with a lot of people anyway. So
I know you keep your circle small.
yeah, plus it's coronavirus. Stay 6 feet
Right.
away. I don't like nobody being all close to me.
No, that's we don't want no new germs. No new germs.
Mm-mm.
Um, Good morning, Jair.
Miss Christina, I'm up early with you.
Good. I'm glad. I know.
I usually don't get up this early, Miss Christina. I be so sad because I be saying I keep having one class. Cause right, if I fail my class, when I be failing a class or something, they only offer it like one time in the cycle. So I be like, dang, I be keep failing. Now I'm just trying to do it so I don't fail. But I'm
Yeah.
only
Well, I'm
doing the
proud of
one
you.
class.
I think that, and this goes for everybody in here. Your attendance, if you're coming every day, that is a big part of your final grade. But also make sure that if you're coming every day, you're doing the activities that we're doing also. So you made the first step, right? You woke up early, you're here. Um, Personally, I hate waking up early. Like I never will like it ever in my life. Um, what helps me just personally is having something like caffeine, like caffeinated. Um, I wake up maybe at I wake up at like 7:30 and try to have like a caffeine thing so that I can wake up a little bit. But I feel you on waking up early. I don't
Mm.
love it, but I'm glad you're here. And I just wanted to remind you, like, coming here is definitely, I would say, like 70% of the battle. But then actually doing the activities and the checkpoints are the other half. So if you want to pass your classes, just make sure that you have done the things that are assigned. And if your goal is to just pass with like, some people are like, I'm just going to pass with like a D. And then some people are like, I need to get A's and B's. Um, if you want to pass with like a D, you need to like put effort into every activity. If you want to pass with a B or an A, you need to be really putting effort into the activities and also getting feedback and fixing it. So, bottom line, I'm glad you're here. And I know it will work out for you if you keep this up, if it stays consistent. I'm going to put the morning meeting question up. Happy Monday, by the way, everybody. All right, so this is English 3. You guys can get up your summit while you're waiting. We're in English 3. The project is creative nonfiction. Just so we remember what it's called. Okay. If you could grow up to be famous, what would you be famous for? And it could be like a career, it could be in art, or it could just be like, you know, you helped somebody out and they did like a news story on you or something. I don't know. Good morning, Ra.
Good morning.
Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I was talking briefly to Heaven. What did you, Ra and Jair, did you guys do anything good on your weekend?
No.
You said no? I didn't hear you. We have some weird mics going on. We have some weird speakers. All right, so think of the community meeting question. We're gonna start at 9:10, so give us 3 more minutes. See who comes in, and we'll share our answers. Oops. Where are all our peeps? Sometimes they come in late. And also here are the materials you need for today. So if you want to get them up on your summit, it's the 6-word memoir slideshow and the actual checkpoint 1, where I'm from activity. Good morning, Shirley. Happy Monday. What don't I have? Oh, did he add you onto here? All right, Shirley, this is the community meeting question. If you could grow up to be famous, what would you be famous for? And we're going to share in 2 minutes. And I will just preface today's class with saying that you will need to do some writing, some creative writing. So make sure that you are by a laptop, or if you're on your cell phone, you're able to get into Summit. We already have one answer in the chat.
Miss Christina, you know my Yes Philly password?
For your email?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the one you have, but I can reset it for you very quickly. And you're doing rwatson@yesphilly.org?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me a minute.
Wait, never mind. It's okay.
You got into it?
I'm still logged into my laptop, but I wanted to do it on my phone because my Wi-Fi in my house acting stupid.
Hold on. Okay, so it's the temporary one that you have to change is hi Kiera, good morning. It's R Watson 2021, and then it'll ask you to change it. No capital, sorry. Good morning. Okay. So we have some answers in the chat, which I love to see. Heaven said, I would be a firefighter, LOL. Would you be like a firefighter who saves somebody?
Yeah, I'm gonna get famous because I'm gonna save all these people.
I love that. Hopefully, no one gets injured in a fire.
It's gonna be me. It's gonna be a big plot twist. I'm gonna die in the fire after saving all these people.
So that's you'll get famous. We call that posthumously.
What is it called?
That means that you get famous only after you die.
No, I want to get famous first, but like after they know me, I'm gonna save a couple more people, but then I'm gonna be going.
Okay, as long as you save some people, that's a good way to get famous. Shirley Ann says I would be a big business owner. Nice. What type of business, Shirley Ann? Ross said she would be a rapper. Nice. Would you do you already have a rap, Ra? Do you have one prepared already? Multiple raps. Well, one day if you're ever feeling like you want to perform, you could do it through Zoom. We would love to hear your rap. Or one from the multiple that you have. Kiera says, I'm going to be a famous plastic surgeon. What? That's so cool. I've never heard somebody be like, I want to be a plastic surgeon. But today that's a huge career because everybody's getting, their lip fillers, what's the butt lift, the thing with the eyes, that like fox eye or something. All the people, like, I feel like plastic surgery is very in right now. They make a lot of money. Yes, they do. Shirley Ann says like a self-care makeup line. Awesome. And Ra, you have one on YouTube actually. Okay. Is it a music video?
No, I'm doing my video for it in April, and I'm coming out with another video in June. But it's just a song.
Nice. Okay. Maybe at the end of this class, would you ever want us to watch it?
Listen to the song.
Yeah, or should we wait till April when the video comes out?
I mean, I put the link. Y'all can listen to the song. I don't mind, but
okay, yeah, put the link in the chat. I would be interested in hearing it, and maybe some other people might click it on their side.
Okay.
So yeah, if you guys want to listen to Ra's music, she's gonna put the link in the chat because she said rapper, but she already has songs. So let me turn this sound off. Okay, Jair, did you have anything?
The thing that music artists are, but and like the clothes wise, I think I was trying to think of that word.
A stylist.
Not a stylist, but it's something they say they wear something, everybody else want to wear that same thing.
Like a trend or like influencer,
Yeah,
a
influencer.
trendsetter. Yeah.
I
So
think
you want to be an influencer. Cool. There's a show actually on HBO right now. I'm not sure who saw it, but it's called like it's about making people into influencers on social media. I'll get the name of it because I don't want to talk about it and not have it. It's called Fake Famous, and it's a documentary about they take these 3 like normal people who don't have a big following, and this guy tries to make them influencers. So he sees like what is needed to make somebody, you know, somebody who is followed. And it's called Fake Famous if you have HBO Max. It just came out, I think. All right, Jair, you would be like a style influencer. That's pretty cool. Okay. So
I just want to put it out there. Sorry to cut you off, Miss
yeah, no,
Christy.
it's okay.
I just want to put it out there, guys, that this is my first song like I ever made in the studio. So yeah, it sounds a little rough. It don't sound rough,
Congratulations, though.
but
That's
it's
really
just
cool.
like, huh?
I said congratulations. That's cool that you actually recorded finally.
Yeah, finally. But I'm about to just put the link because I'm not scared no more.
Yeah, just put it in the chat. There's no, like, it's not a high pressure situation. If people want to listen to it, they will. If not, it's good. Okay. Well, thank you guys for sharing all of your interesting famous things. If I were to get famous, I would want to be famous for creating some form of creating some like social organization that that was really useful in like helping people in some way, and like made a lot of money for other people, and like I made some money, just a little bit. But definitely like being like an organization founder. Okay, so Ra just posted her song in the chat. You guys can listen to it. We're gonna take a little let's say a 3-minute break, so that you guys can get your summit materials up. These are the 2 things that you need. Where it says materials needed, I'll put it in pink. We'll meet back here at 9:21. And in the meantime, you can listen to Ra's song if you feel called. We'll meet back here with these 2 things open. So get them open on your side too. Because this is the 2 things we will do today. And one of them is a checkpoint. So this is going to be your first real assignment. Let me put that back up for you again so you could see what it is. And I'll tell you this when you come back. Okay, so it's 9:21. Let's all come back to the middle to class. Sorry, these tabs are just so much right now. All right, so last class, we started our project for the term, and it was based in creative nonfiction. We went over like some of, what is creative nonfiction, what are some examples, and I just wanted a quick refresh. Can you guys just tell me in the chat in your own words, what is creative nonfiction? Or you could just say it with your voice.
Nonfiction written in a creative way.
Beautiful. So nonfiction written in a creative way. Anybody else? I'm gonna say someone's life story written. I'm gonna say someone's interesting life story. How about that? Because we talked about when you're writing creatively, it needs to be, one of the goals is that you're interesting and engaging your readers about your life story. And actually today, everybody in here is going to have some chances to write about their life in an interesting way. Anybody else have anything for creative nonfiction? And we talked about a few different types of creative nonfiction, like the college essay, a memoir, a biography can be creative nonfiction, doesn't always have to be. But I was reading, oh my gosh, what was I reading? That was so interesting. That was nonfiction. Oh, no, I watched the Britney Spears documentary this weekend. It might be like after your guys' time, but basically they made a documentary about like her life right now and like the weird stuff she's going through with her family, and how her dad is trying to like take all of her money and all of this stuff. And so it was nonfiction, and the way that it was researched, the subject matter hadn't been talked about. So in that way, it was very interesting or creative because the viewers got to see something new. And that one's on Hulu. And it was really good. I would recommend it. All right. So today we're going to start off class getting our creative juices flowing. We are going to try to write a 6-word memoir. And it's really how it sounds. The 6-word, so there's this thing going on. I think they have a website. It's called the 6-Word Memoir Challenge. And this is a little presentation on what it's about, and then we are going to write these all together. So Ernest Hemingway challenged somebody to write, someone challenged Ernest Hemingway to write his entire life story in just 6 words. And, he did it. And Ernest Hemingway is an author and journalist that created the iceberg theory. And he was very minimalist, which means that he believed in not using that many words to get his point across. And the iceberg theory is how much can be seen by the human eye above the waterline, right? And he believed that words were like this iceberg, that you say something, but what you really mean is what you really mean is under here, and what people think you mean is under here. It extends all the way under the water. But this is your words actually up here. So what does that have to do with the 6-word memoir project? Far more recently, these two people made the 6-word memoir challenge in Smith Magazine, and the literature community really, really participated. More than 5 volumes of books of 6-word memoirs have been published from writers that are famous and that are obscure. And Oprah also latched onto this idea. So individually, we're going to read through some of the examples of 6-word memoirs and just look at some examples of what people have already done. And then we're going to take some moments to write ours in the chat. We're not going to be writing, we're not going to decorate them or anything. But basically, if you were to think of your life and come up with a 6-word summary of a belief, of a story, of an idea of your life, what would those 6 words be? And here are a few examples. The first one, don't live to be mediocre, strive. Life gave lemons, made apple juice. That's a pretty good one. And more than just a pretty face. So it can only be 6 words. And it has to be, a philosophy of your life. And here are 3. I'm just going to see if there are, because we could do with some more. Here we go. This was the one. So these were 6-word memoirs around writing. Someone said, I've decided to write myself happy. The writer finally grabbed the pen. Let's see ones that are more about life. Another year, new chapter in life. I'm not throwing away my shot. Staying positive and living my life. Rock bottom, hey, I like climbing. So basically, we are going to be taking the next 10 minutes and coming up with our 6-word memoir. Hold on, sorry, I just lost the slide. Here we go. And this is your second participation point for this class. So once you have it, you could write it in the chat. And I'll put you down for having done it. And I'm going to do mine too. So let me set a timer.
Where do we write this at?
You can write it in the chat.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to be a graded assignment. It's going to be a participation point.
But maybe it's only supposed to be 6 words.
6 words, yeah.
But what if mine don't make sense?
Well, then try to workshop it so that it makes sense. Are you missing a word or something? Makes sense.
I don't even have no ideas for real.
Okay, so think about a phrase or a philosophy that you believe in for life. So for example, here are some ones on the screen.
Copy, respect is due to a dog.
Mm.
That's 6 words.
Okay, that's a good one.
All right.
So put that in the chat.
Okay.
Good job. So one person already has theirs. So I'm just gonna make it 5 minutes on my. I don't know if you could see. I'm just making it 5 minutes because I don't think it'll take that long. And you guys could put them in the chat. I'm thinking of mine. All right, so me and Heaven are the first ones. I'm gonna put them all together. All right, so Heaven. And if you can put, after you put your memoir in the chat, just tell me why you chose that. So like what that means to you. Heaven. And then Shirley has one too coming in. This is mine. Awesome job, Heaven. I mean, Shirley Ann. I'm looking at Heaven's name. Love that one. We're waiting for Jair, Ra, and Kiera. Ra, living life to become, ooh, love it. Kiera and Jair, we're just waiting for you. But we still have 2 more minutes on the timer. I love Jair's. Jair, I think this is your 6-word memoir, or you're just telling me this. His was, I'm just
I'm
not.
telling you. That's my memoir. That's my memoir.
Okay, perfect. I'm just not focused on anything. You know what? That could become art, right? Like people, sometimes a lot of times you just tell the truth, it fits in, and it can become a really wonderful statement. And Kiera, you're the last one. Mm. These are good ones. All right, we'll wait for Kiera. You could just write it in the chat when you're ready, because we're going to move on. My question for you guys is, what what is the effect of a 6-word memoir? So why is this important when it comes to creative nonfiction? Why did this take off? Like this sort of thing just take off with people and they love it? That was our timer. Any ideas in the chat? Well, I'll give you my idea of why this, why this became a popular form of creative nonfiction. It's because, to me, it's because you have to choose each word very carefully. When you give a limit of words, it makes each word that much more meaningful, right? If you could only do 6 words, you're not gonna be writing like extra stuff. You're gonna get down to the nitty gritty of your life. And if we did this again, I'm sure you might come up with another 6 words, and it might be a different message about your life. So thank you for participating. I am gonna save this here so that when I'm, oh, go ahead.
Can you just put RA?
RA, okay, got it.
Thank you.
Like Sun Ra. Have you heard of Sun Ra? This person was like an Afrofuturist artist and musician. He's like a famous person. You can look him up. He looks really cool. But okay, so thank you so much for participating. I'm going to save this for our participation points. And also, I might share this with Mr. Gary, the leader of the school, because he's always asking for like writing samples. So that could be a cool thing to do. All right, so we did that. Everybody wrote in the chat for participation. Great job. Now we are going to, for the rest of the class and for right now, we are actually going to start our first checkpoint. So I don't think we have anybody very new in here, but progress report number 1 is already due on Friday. So it came up really, really fast, right? And so with that, for each class, you're going to be having to do a checkpoint and really focus on an assignment by Friday, due by Friday, sorry. So our first checkpoint is called Where I'm From Poem Activity. So we are going to be working on checkpoint 1 right now. Can everybody meet me there on Summit? So I'll show you where to go. Go to year on the side, English 3, creative nonfiction, Where I'm From activity. See right here? If you open it up, it should look like this. Where I'm From station. Can you just write here in the chat when you're there? Ra's there, awesome job.
Where's it at again?
Go to, are you on Summit?
Yeah.
Go to English 3.
I'm gonna.
Creative nonfiction. Heaven, Shirley, Anne, Kiera, are you guys on there? English 3, creative nonfiction, and then Where I'm From activity.
I feel
You found it? Good.
TJ create a new version of this notebook. Make sure to copy and paste.
Don't click the red. Don't click what's in the red. Just click the thing below the red. I think because I made my own checkpoint, Summit doesn't reward originality. So it has a red box. Okay, have any of you done this sort of poem before? I know sometimes in like schools.
I did it when I used to go to school in Cheltenham.
That's heaven.
Yeah.
Do you
But I
remember,
did
do you
it.
still have it or do you remember it?
I remember like some of the stuff I said in there, but I was in 8th grade when I did it.
Right. So like the one that you would write now would be totally different because
Mm-hmm.
it's not like the same stuff in your life anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you would add some more stuff. And you've lived more life now. So you have more like experiences to add in. And also we did this in the building. We did these poems and then I put them up on my board outside because people did a really great job. So yeah, even if you've done this or you've seen it, your writing is going to look different every single time you write. So you don't have to feel like it's going to be the same thing or repeated. I just have a question. Does yours look like, oh, it looks like this. Okay. This is yours. So the project goal is at the top. In this project, you're going to be crafting, so overall, you're going to be crafting a narrative that we talked about this, kind of like a college essay. And to get those juices flowing in your brain, we're going to be using poetry to brainstorm and answer the question, what defines you? Or where do you come from, right? Like what sorts of things make up your insides? So first, we're going to read George Ella Lyon's Where I'm From. And this is a poem that already exists. And as you read, you're going to put the categories of imagery that she uses. So in other words, like what kind of details does she include? And the first line is done for an example. Would anyone like to read this poem? Flex your voice muscles. Or as I say, activate your throat chakra. Would anyone like to read it? Or you want to hear my voice more and more? Okay. I'll read it. We're going to do the way I like to read poetry or anything is to just read it once without writing anything down and just absorb it. And then we're going to go back in and find the imagery that she uses, because you guys are going to be doing something. You're going to be writing a poem like this. And that's going to be your first checkpoint. Okay. So Where I'm From by George Ella Lyons. I am from clothespins, from Clorox and carbon tetrachloride. I am from the dirt under the back porch, black, glistening. It tasted like beets. I am from the forsythia bush, the Dutch elm whose long gone limbs I remember as if they were my own. I am from fudge and eyeglasses, from Imogene and Alifair. I'm from the know-it-alls and the pass-it-ons, from perk up and pipe down. I'm from He Restoreth My Soul, with a cotton ball lamb, and 10 verses I can say myself. I am from Artemis and Billy's Branch, fried corn and strong coffee, from the finger my grandfather lost to the organ, the eye my father shut to keep his sight. Under my bed was a dress box, spilling old pictures, a sift of lost faces to drift beneath my dreams. I am from those moments, snapped before I budded, leaf fall from the family tree. Okay. So we can learn a lot about George Ella Lyons from their poem. We can learn a lot about their background and where they come from. Can anybody give me a line that tells us where they're from, like a clue to where they're from? Because I don't think they're from Philly. Can anybody give me a clue to like what part of the country they might be from?
Texas.
Texas. How do you know they're from Texas?
Oh.
Or like somewhere like Texas? No, I think Texas is a good guess. Just back it up with one of the lines.
Nothing there remind me of Texas. I just said it.
Okay, well, I'm going to go along with what you said, Jair, because they're definitely from somewhere religious. And I know that because there's a line, this whole part here. He restoreth my soul. Ooh, get this Grammarly thing off. Sorry, I installed this this app called Grammarly. It's supposed to fix your grammar and like spelling. And I was proofreading something. Now it just comes up all the time. Okay. So definitely, so what you're going to do on your side is this. Highlight like a clue, like an image clue. And then you're just going to put on this side religious language, right? Like you could see this person going to church. Who else has a piece of imagery that tells them something about this person? And just FYI, the more we talk here, the more you get things done on this checkpoint, right? The more information you have.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Kanaya.
I'm not really feeling well today, so I'm going to just rest, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
But I wanted to come in to tell you, because I didn't want to just like not do nothing, but I've been having a bad migraine, and my mom was going to take me to the hospital because I've been having them since I was young, but we never found out why I had them constantly. And it really hurt like on one side of my head. I feel like somebody just banging my head, like it really hurt right now. So.
I'm sorry. That's we call that like that's sometimes called like an ice pick headache, like where it feels like an ice pick is literally like stabbing your head. Good morning, Salima.
Yes,
thank you for telling me. And you can, if you hear something you want to chime in on, feel free. We are on checkpoint 1 right now. For people who just came in, we're on where I'm from activity. So if you want to open that up, we're going through the actual where I'm from poem. And
is it okay if I like, because I want to just go back to sleep and I don't want to just like be on here and I'm not going to do it. So if it's okay if you send me the YouTube link and I do it.
Well, it's being recorded, so yeah, you can I would just stay on. You can mute it, you can like mute us or whatever, but this will be on YouTube. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Feel better, Kanaya. All right, so who else has like an image that sticks out to them and tells us where this person's from? You'll see in this column, she says, I am from clothespins, right? So household objects, from Clorox and carbon tetrachloride. So those are like cleaning products. And we don't use the carbon tetrachloride anymore. So like she's probably older. What about this? I am from dirt under the back porch. Is she most likely from a city or from like a suburb or from like a country type place?
Probably like a country type place.
Yeah, or like a suburb, right? Even a suburb where you have a backyard, where you have a back porch. But Philly, I guess Philly, you could have a back porch, right? You could have a backyard in Philly, but not like
a wooden back porch.
Yeah, that's true. And Salima says country too. Okay, so I would highlight this, just a little detail. Like country. And you're writing this on your end because remember, this is your checkpoint. And for people who just came in, the first progress report is going to be due on Friday. We also have the graduation ceremony on Friday. Country type.
Wait, don't hang up. Miss Christina, we supposed to be filling this in?
Yeah, are you with us filling it in? Because Heaven, if you fill it in, you're going to be that much more ahead on your checkpoint than somebody who, that's why we're doing this, like we're having a discussion and then filling it in together for the first part. The second part is going to be all on your own.
Wait, all right. So go. Where to go to? Where you? Oh,
Checkpoint
never
one.
mind. I see it.
Okay, and it's
Y'all on the third one, or y'all still on the second one?
We're just on the actual post, so we're right here. We just started it.
All right.
We're right here, and we're highlighting details and just putting what we know about the person in this box.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's move on. She describes, the taste of the dirt, right? It tasted like beets. Now, this is where I think she's probably not from Philly because I don't know if the dirt in Philly would taste like beets. I feel like it would taste like nothing, either nothing or taste like chemically, but I don't know. Okay, what about this part? I am from the forsythia bush, the Dutch elm. What are those things? Where's my resident plant lady in the chat? Salima. What are those things? What is a forsythia bush and Dutch elm? Or anybody in the chat, actually. What types of things are those? Oh my goodness, you guys are being quiet in that chat right now. Well, they are, if you didn't know, they are trees and shrubs, right? That could be outside. So these types of things are what she remembers from her youth. And And also, Salima, I have to show you my new, I don't know if you could see, but my new plant display over here. We got some plants going. Okay, so we have household objects from the country, trees and shrubs that she remembers. What about, who can give us another detail and what you think, what category you think it falls into? If you scroll down, there's some more too.
Leaves fall from the family tree.
Yeah, that's the last part, right?
Yeah.
Leaf fall from the family tree. And what do you think that imagery says?
Fall.
Why did her leaf fall from the family tree?
Is fall.
Yeah, maybe it's actual fall. Ooh, sorry, I keep moving up. But if you read the stuff before that, it says, I am from those moments, snapped before I budded. Leaf fall from the family tree. So what must have happened like in her
Hit the
life?
tree.
What's up?
She might hit a tree running towards it.
Okay, like an actual tree, definitely. What's a
She probably
family?
had a fallout with her family.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. Like there's something there where she snapped before she budded. Like think about a plant, right? We're using this plant imagery.
Mm-hmm.
And a leaf fell from her family tree. A family tree isn't like a real tree, right? And Ross saying maybe she had a fallout. Shirley Ann saying maybe somebody died. That's interesting. Like a leaf literally fell off the family tree, right? Somebody died and their name fell off. So if you go all the way down, highlight that part. Come on. Sorry, mine is being weird. You can highlight this last part. And in this box right next to it, I want you to put all of these things that I'm putting in the chat and that people have said, right? She had a falling out. Someone might have died.
Mm-hmm.
And Jair thank you for pointing out that line. You could just type what those lines mean right next to it. And I'm also going to go while we're here, this part where she talks about her grandfather and father. In your poems, you might want to talk about like family members that had like, that taught you something. And she says, from the finger my grandfather lost to the auger, the eye my father shut to keep his sight. No, Salima, you're not missing anything. I was just talking about plants and I called your name. You're good. And the auger is this. So this is an auger, this type thing. And her grandpa lost his finger to it. So what kind of family does she come from? Like, what do they do?
Probably farming.
Yeah, so like they're probably farmers. They could be metal workers. No, farmers. Look, this thing digs a hole in the ground. And her grandpa lost his finger off of that. It kind of looks like you hold it, so it looks like you can technically lose your finger. So right here, we know that she comes from like a farming family. And then her dad had to close his eye to keep his sight. Maybe he was also like a farmer, right? Like, or what's another job where you have to like close, like wear goggles or something?
Cutting trees with a saw.
Yeah, cutting trees, right? All that stuff, all the pulp can like fly in your eye. Metal worker, right? With all the sparks, they have to wear goggles. So her dad could have been like a tree worker or a metal. Basically, it's just they're like working class, right? Definitely people had, how many of you have family that works those types of jobs, like manual labor, we call it?
What I can think of.
Does anybody have any family that does? Shirley Ann does? Okay, cool. My dad also, he actually delivers Red Bull. So like he has to like load, you know, those big trucks, like the ones that like drive, what do they call them? The four-wheelers, what is that type of truck called? Like the big ones. He definitely does manual labor and delivers things, uses his hands and his muscles. All right. What other details can we get from this? I'm just checking the time. We have a little bit more time. What about the fried corn and strong coffee? What category is that? How would you categorize those things?
Morning.
Hmm?
Morning stuff.
Yeah, like breakfast, right?
Yeah.
So breakfast food. Morning meal. I am from Artemis and Billy's branch. We don't know exactly what those are, but like probably places like restaurants or places that she went. But they're places. And this is staying up right now, so like you can use this on your end. Let's see the other ones. I'm from Fudge and Eyeglasses, from Imogene and Alifair. Who might those people be? Could be parents, siblings, just names of people in her family. Oh, Shirley Ann says, I think she could be from Iowa because that state is based on corn. That's a really good inference, Shirley Ann. Maybe she's from Iowa. Or like one of those Midwest, like fried corn. I'm not actually sure what state eats fried corn for breakfast.
Nowhere. Ain't that basically no?
But definitely somewhere like Shirley Ann says, like it could be Iowa because they're famous for corn. I'm from the know-it-alls and the pass-it-ons. So just like, I guess maybe what she called kids in her class or something like. All right, so if we look through all of these on the right-hand side, just everybody look at what is on the right-hand side where it's like categories of the imagery that she uses. We have household objects, cleaning supplies, country type place, nature, trees and shrubs, parents, siblings, classroom names, friends, religion, restaurant places, farming family, working class, food, drink. So the reason why I just read all those is because you guys are going to come up with your own I am from poems looking like this, but using specific imagery that's only relevant to your life. So like, what type of religion did you come from? What are your parents and siblings' names? Are there any nature things that you remember? Any food or like clothing items, any music, pieces of imagery like that. So if you scroll down, make sure you have, you know, these categories, make sure you have been.
Okay. I got one I want to add.
Yeah.
So we could highlight I'm from the know-it-alls and the pass-it-ons. And then that could be on the right side, it could be generation.
Generation, awesome. What do you mean by that?
Basically, she's saying about it, she's saying her like, it's about a family tree, and she's saying stuff about her family and stuff, like where she come from. And she's saying she from the know-it-alls. They probably think they know it all, and the pass-it-ons. If they passing stuff on or whatever, like family quotes or family ornaments or anything, it could last for generations. So I say it's generation.
Love that. So it's like family, we call those heirlooms sometimes. Like family heirlooms are things that are like passed down. Thank you, Ra. Definitely passing it on. Does anybody in here have any like family heirlooms that they received? Like sometimes like somebody could pass down to you like a ring or a picture, or for example, I have a mirror that was passed down to me from my great grandparents. It was in their house. And then I put it up in my room. Shirley Ann says a ring, nice. Salima has headscarves, nice. Oh, Salima, those must be, do they have like nice prints on them? Good morning, Denim. I didn't see you come in, I'm sorry. I feel like they used to make the like headscarves a lot more detailed, the patterns on them. But yeah, you could pass down all these different types of objects, or even you could pass down like traits. Yes, they're from Kenya, where my grandma had to flood to. Wow. Sounds like there are some beautiful patterns on there. So Salima, in your poem, you might mention like Kenya and like where you came from, like the actual things going on in Kenya, or like the imagery there. All right, so this was an example that was actually like, you know, a more famous example. We have 10 more minutes, so we're gonna have just enough time to look at a student example. So we're gonna skip where it says step 2. That's like your brainstorm, right? Sorry. We're gonna go to step 3 first. So you're gonna brainstorm after we look at step 3. So step 3 is actually a Where I'm From poem from a student. And as you're reading this, we're gonna think about the structure of the poem. This is a list poem, so you're actually listing things out, which uses anaphora. Anaphora is a repeated phrase at the start of each line. So literally at the start of each line in your poem, you're gonna say, I am from blank. I am from blank. I am from blank. And this is how this student did it. If you scroll down to step 3, there's like a student poem here. Does anyone want to read this? Okay, so this student separated her poem into I am from tear-stained faces, and then I am from the good days. So half of it is the tear-stained faces, half of it is good days. It says, I am from tear-stained faces, from gossiping and flirting, from making it through a bad day, people lying, saying everything's going to be okay. And then she keeps going. I am from the good days, from sweaty boys in the gym playing basketball, talking about money, girls, and clothes from the north where they play Little Boosie turned all the way up. And you know for sure Kool-Aid's not what they're drinking in that cup. I am from the good days, from McDonald's and barrettes, from heartaches and regrets. I am from the good days, from reminiscing and ragging on rainy nights, from kicking it outside and mosquito bites, from tossing and turning on cold nights, crying because my brother's blinded by the streetlights. I am from the good days, from brownies and snickerdoodles, frosting flakes and top ramen noodles. So like that's just an example of somebody who did more like local stuff. So, but they still included all of these categories like music, food, emotions, activities that they witnessed. Yeah. So what we're going to do right now for the last like 8 minutes, I want you to scroll up to step 2, where it says brainstorm details from your life that you could include in your own Where I'm From poem. As a guide, think of the categories of images that was chosen in those 2 poems. So I want you to go to my brainstorm, and I'm going to do it with you guys. Just think of things that you could put, I am from. It could, and it's all like in your past. It could be when you're younger or like when you're, last year. So this is what you're doing on your side, by the way, right now until 10:20. And then we're going to come back to center. And this brainstorm will help you when you write your actual poem. Okay. How is everybody doing with their brainstorm? I did mine in this box, as you can see. I just thought of like some things that describe where and when I'm from. And if some people told me like, hey, I actually don't have like, you know, the purpose of this activity is not to have one sort of upbringing, right? Or like, we're not looking to see like, I'm from a mom and dad with like a porch and blah, 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 right? Don't worry about that. It's just about your memories, like things you remember and other people might not. Things that made you you today. Type in the chat, were you able to brainstorm? Just type yes or no. Ra, you're confused? Speak to me. So what part confuses you right now?
Like, you want us to say I am from before we say everything?
Yes. So I don't know if you caught on to that, but this poem that you're gonna come up with is using examples of anaphora, which is basically a fancy word for repeating the same phrase at the beginning of the line. So yes, every single thing starts with like, I am from blank. And you could use, just like how George did in the beginning, you could use music, examples of like past family, things that were passed down to you, food that you always used to eat with your family, traditions that you guys have, religion, if that's a big thing for you, attitudes or clothing that really have shaped you. And I just did mine in the brainstorm. And this might not be like how long my poem actually is, it's just a brainstorm. But yes, every line will start with I am from. And what you put after that, and here's another example on your end. The student example is still here. And eventually, under step 4, this is where you're gonna write your poem. You should have at least 20 lines, I'm gonna say 15 to 20 lines in your finished piece. Now, oh, awesome job, Shirley. Okay. We meet again on Thursday. So what I'm going to ask that is done by Thursday is that you have completed step 4. So you're going to write your poem in this, or the draft of your poem in this box. Doesn't have to rhyme. You have a few examples. You have the first one and then the second one. Has to be 15 to 20 lines. And really encompass like where you come from. Now, if you find yourself needing any help with that from now until Thursday, I am available on email or in my lab. On Thursday, we're going to come together and you're going to get a partner and you guys are going to be helping each other. They're going to read over your poem and give you some editing and suggestions on Thursday. If you don't want someone to read your poem, you could also tell me that. And then Friday is when the progress reports are due. So if you are concerned about passing this class, which I know a lot of you are, please be sure, that's fine. You could be my partner. Please be sure that you come to class on Thursday with most of this already done. Okay? Are there any questions before we go?
The stuff I use from the brainstorm, I can use it on this too.
Yeah. So brainstorm was literally just in class, like, hey, just get your thoughts down after you saw all these things. You can use it right here too. Like you could just say, I am from whatever you wrote in the brainstorm. Salima, yeah, so come to class with this done on Thursday. So that means like probably have it done before Thursday because you guys wake up early and I know you're not doing a whole poem at 7 in the morning. And then we will edit it on Thursday too. So we'll add some more figurative, some more imagery. We'll make sure you have enough detail. And that will be your first checkpoint that I'll grade by Friday. Just looking ahead for you guys, next week we have Monday off, so we don't have class. Thursday, we will be starting, we'll be reading a short essay that is also creative nonfiction to help you guys get started to write your own essays. But you'll be having to write 2 paragraphs about this short essay, just so you kind of see where we're going with this. All right, but for now, this is checkpoint 1. So please have something to bring to class by Thursday. All right, if there are no more questions, then please get ready for your second period. Thank you everybody for coming on time today for the most part. And I'm looking forward to seeing your poems on Thursday. You have a good day too, Salima.
See you.
Bye.